Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good afternoon, and welcome to the PWC Muscle Podcast. I am Joe Zamataro, and with me, as always, is my good friend and business partner, Greg Hall.
Thanks for joining us.
We have a big show for you leading up to Super Bowl Sunday, and quite a bit to get to. We'll also revisit the All-Star Game, Gasparilla Weekend, but first, some PWC Muscle news. Right now, we're giving out a deep discount on all of our HydroTurf products, the biggest one that we've had so far, and this is exclusive to our podcast listeners and viewers. Greg, what are the details?
Yeah, so we're excited. We want to do something special for you guys that have been tuning in every week as we kind of get acclimated to doing this podcast every week. We're doing a 20% off discount for podcast listeners, which is the largest discount that we've ever done for HydroTurf. So, so if you're looking to buy some HydroTurf, now's the time to do it. We have sheets, pre-cut mats for jet skis and sport boats.
HydroTurf's a really great product. It's one of our real good sellers. If you have, in case you guys don't know, it's a foam closed-celled foam padding that we have available in sheets, pre-cut for a lot of the different boats and for skis, and it replaces the old mats or the ones that come in from factory with a much nicer traction mat.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen them before, if you go to pwcmuscle.com, there's a link right on the top bar. It says HydroTurf. You click that. There's we have some videos where Joe goes over what HydroTurf is. Right now, actually. Yeah, so we got some videos there and kind of get up close-up look at what the product is, what it does, how it helps you. Mm-hmm. It really benefits you.
Oh yeah, we've put it on every ski that we've done, and you can see on the video right now installation on how to do it. It's really easy. They definitely help you add a custom look to your ski. In the video that we got right here, it's the Spark, the PWC Muscle 110, one of our build-outs that we did for a customer, and it looks, the green matches the Spark perfectly. It looks really awesome and really helps to give that customization. Yeah,
there's a few top competitors for HydroTurf right now. I'm not going to name anyone, but everyone's probably aware of them. But HydroTurf gives you that look, the feel, and the colors that they offer are great too. They're very close to OEM colors for Sea-Doos and Yamaha. So that's something important too that you want to think about before investing into a product like that.
Yeah, if you had an old ski, those old plastic ones that start to bend and come out of shape, you just take this stuff out. You can get the optional 3M adhesive backing, which I definitely recommend. Yeah. Actually see it right now in the video, the backing, it just peels away, and you put it right on your ski.
Do the adhesive. It's a lot easier than using the contact cement. The contact cement is great for some applications, especially if there's no pre-cut kit for your boat or ski. But if you're buying it for your PWC, I would definitely go with the 3M adhesive backing.
Yeah, and also something that we got going on with PWC Muscles, we just started offering back the powder coating on our supercharger rebuild service. Now, this is something that we have done in the past, that when we had a good powder coater and we had to break it off because they moved out of state, and it just didn't become feasible to do it anymore. But we started doing it again. We're actually doing it in-house, and it's turning out. We've been working on it for the past few months to get all the procedures down. It turns out great. You got professional equipment in there in order to be able to do it properly. And the only caveat is that we'll only do the ones that come in black. You can change it to any color that you want, but it has to have originally come in black. The red ones have kind of like a rubberizer in the paint, so it makes it that it just is way too time consuming to take off the red paint, the red painted ones. Unless you guys do it at home, if you guys strip it there, we can definitely powder coat it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We have custom colors. If you want to request any color that you want, we can definitely help set you up with custom colors. The two that we have on hand all the time are going to be the black and red coloring. Mm-hmm. We got our guy over there, Daryl. He's doing a great job with all that stuff. So
yeah, thanks, buddy. We've done a couple of custom ones, and they look pretty sick, especially if you're trying to theme match. We had a green one a while back that we color matched to the old RXP green, and it really pops in the hull.
If you check out our Instagram account, I think it's just instagram.com/PWC Muscle. We have a picture of a powder coat that we did, I think day before yesterday, a couple days ago. So if you want to take a look, see what it looks like, that particular one's in red. They turn out great, especially if you have salt corrosion, which a lot of skis do. They send it in.
Yeah.
Almost makes it look brand new again.
Well, and also it protects it too, because it's going to be a lot harder of a paint a lot harder of a coating than just regular paint. So if you're running in salt, it'll definitely help keep it protected.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last week we talked a bit about Gasparilla. I had my pirate attire all on, and so I wanted to get into that because this year it was a big hit. Here's some little bit of highlight video that was on the news, and let's get some good stuff in here. Yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people there. I think that the estimation ended up being over 400,000 people were at the parade, and man, for those of you that met up with some people out there, had a ton of fun. I hope you guys get to go next year if you didn't make it out this.
Yeah, it's always a big event for the whole Tampa area, and the added All-Star game made it even more insane this year. Definitely recommend going out, checking it out.
Yeah, well, here I'm going to go ahead and throw up this the outfit that I was rocking. Yeah, always fun to get out there. It's a really good time. And along with Gasparilla, like Greg said, was the All-Star game. I went ahead and did get my Steven Stamkos All-Star jersey, and glad that I did. That was so much fun to attend. It was a really fun event that they ended up having over the course of a few days. Yeah,
the NHL always does a great job with their events like that. They make it a big spectacle, which as they should. I mean, it's not on the level of like any NFL or anything like that, but they do a really good job.
Yeah, so we got to see at one point 4 Lightning players on the ice at the same time, which in one of the games, which is a treat to see all of your players out there.
Yeah.
And it was the skills competition was a lot of fun. Nikita Kucherov had a hat trick, which is probably one of my bigger highlights for having watched. And man, it was just a really, really good time overall.
Yeah. So the last time the All-Star game was here was right after the what is now called Amalie Arena. It was called Ice Palace at the time. The Lightning only had one All-Star show up at the game, and that was pretty much because it was in Tampa, so they wanted to have one guy from Tampa there. But the cool part about that last one, that was the last All-Star game that Wayne Gretzky played in before retiring. That was his last All-Star game, so kind of a big deal. Wayne Gretzky, highly regarded as the greatest hockey player of all time.
Well, at this one we had Sidney Crosby, who is the best current player. I mean, he's got all the accolades to be able to back that one up, and also the guy that I think is going to end up being better than him. And we'll see. But Connor McDavid, and that kid's he is so much fun to watch. He's fast. He is,
but Sidney Crosby's 2 gold medals, 3 Stanley Cups already. So.
Oh no, like I say, he's got the accolades, but
yeah,
I mean, Connor McDavid's in his second season.
Third.
Oh, that's right, because he missed quite a bit of his first one.
Yeah, he broke his leg or something.
Yeah, but I think that and he's in Ottawa, which they haven't really had the best management for.
Edmonton, you mean?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was meant to actually say the Oilers. But yeah, they haven't had the best management with taking care of their talent. So hopefully they can get their stuff together there and be able to give him a team to do something with. Yeah, it was a great All-Star weekend. Got to see a lot of talent on the ice. Got to party with the Pirates. Victor Hedman and Erik Karlsson showed up to the rink wearing Gasparilla Pirate garb. And, it was just all around a whole lot of fun. Vinny LeCavier was in the parade. He threw a puck out in the crowd and happened to land on me. I foolishly gave it away, but just a really great weekend for Pirates and hockey. And oh man, they just showed the double behind the back pass Kucherov goal. Just a lot of fun all over. But we do have coming up an even bigger event, obviously. Got the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl. We got Philly and
Who's
who
the other
else?
team? Yeah,
Who else? Some team that I haven't heard of.
that I mean,
Got this Dom Grady guy.
you'd think that they'd have some name recognition with how many times they've been. What's their name again? That we don't say. Yeah, this is what Brady's 8th trip to the Super Bowl. Did I get that right?
Yeah. So this is his 8th trip in 16 years. Yeah, 8th trip. It's crazy.
And obviously the Eagles being big underdogs. I mean, there's always a chance, but what do you think? How do you think this one's is it gonna be a blowout early, late?
I bet that Philly goes up early
Okay,
and Tom Brady finishes the game off and wins.
that would be typical Brady fashion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I see happening. I mean, it's interesting because Philly doesn't have their starting quarterback. Carson Wentz went down for the season, so they had a backup quarterback in there. It'll be interesting to see if Gronkowski can play. All signs are showing that he's going to play, but we don't know. We really don't know.
well, yeah. I mean, he was saying that he's gonna play one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to play one way or another because the doctors have to clear him.
Well, the doctors have to clear him, but that's an insurance thing. I think he can play without their clearance. Not anymore.
No, he has to be approved. They won't let him on the field.
Okay. All right. Well, I still have a feeling he's gonna find a way in there. They're not gonna find anything new inside of that head.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, the other storyline is a former Buccaneer player went to win a couple of championships with the Patriots. Now playing on the Eagles, LeGarrette Blount,
yeah.
and maybe he can be an X factor that helps the Eagles gain that edge. Just from wanting to push back on your old team to get a couple of extra yards there.
Yeah, that backfield there is crazy. They have Blunt, they have Jai, they got Clement. They got a few guys there that can really run the ball, and they're very dynamic set of players there. So it'll be interesting. They're going to try to run the ball, toss the ball off to the players from the backfield. I think try to play the short game for a while. But they do have Alshon Jeffrey catching balls, and that guy's ridiculous too.
So what do you think the matchup to watch will be?
The matchup to watch?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady. I mean,
just anything that he's involved in.
Just Tom Brady throwing the ball. I mean, he's just, he has Brandon Cooks that he hasn't really been in sync with this season, and I have a feeling that he's going to be a big part of the game. Brandon Cooks. I think that he's going to be a big part of the game. I bet you he scores a touchdown. I would not be surprised. The talk coming out of Patriots locker room right now is that they're finally getting on the same page, and that's scary. As an opponent, that would be a scary thing because Brandon Cooks is a really, really good player.
So looking at the stats from last year's Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
see Brady was down. Shoot, I just had it up and I closed it. How much time was left while he was?
It was like 23-6, I think,
Yeah.
at halftime. I didn't get to watch the game though last year because my son was being born during the Super Bowl, so I didn't get to watch it. I watched the highlights, but
yeah. So
a couple of weeks after that were pretty much a blur. After you have a kid, that's not much sleep for a few weeks. For anyone that's listening has a kid, they know.
yeah. So going in, yeah, that was a great timing. Yeah, and going into halftime it was 21-3, and looks like New England scored 19 points in the fourth quarter to tie it.
Yeah.
And then overtime with.
You know what I'm looking forward to most for the Super Bowl? The commercials.
Well, isn't that what most people look forward to when they don't have the team involved, right?
I think that half the people are watching it for the game, and then the other half are watching for the commercials. Who do you think is going to come out with the best commercial this year? Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be M&M's.
M&M's?
I know.
Yeah, they always do a good job. For me, it's usually Budweiser, Bud Light usually comes out with something.
Yeah, always something really
or
good.
Doritos is always on.
I was going to say the Doritos because they have the contest and it's like.
Are they doing that contest again this year?
Honestly, I don't know. I can pull it up, but they do it every year. It seems.
Yeah, they've done it for like the last 5 or 6 years. They do a fan contest. Doritos does where fans submit all of their own commercials. Of course, they have to be pretty professional.
They ended it. They ended it. Actually, they ended it before last year's.
Well, I mean, that makes sense too.
Yeah.
They kind of retire it. But the way that it worked is people would submit their own commercials, and the winner of the best commercial, judged by, I guess, Doritos company, Frito-Lay, gets to actually be the commercial that's on the Super Bowl, and also they get $1 million. So it was pretty neat. There was a local
amazing.
There was a local guy from Tampa that made the finals. He was top 3, and ended up just barely not making the cut. I think he still got some money. I don't know how much, but
just from a pride standpoint, you produce something yourself, get to see it on TV, even if you didn't have the money. That's that's really cool. The one that I remember had something to do with like a cardboard spaceship.
Really?
That was the one that was, I think, a couple years ago that they had, and that one won it. But they're always out of the box because you get people that aren't so many submissions.
Yeah.
So
I think it was a great thing, but I understand why they ended.
So I think it's going to be a beer commercial.
Yeah, I always, the Bud Light commercials are always the best, and that's another thing that I was looking. I don't remember where I saw it, but for the first time ever, the best-selling beer in the United States is a light beer, and I'm pretty sure it was Bud Light that overtook Budweiser. So it shows it's the millennials, of course, wanting the lighter beer, but it shows that there's a shift. Maybe it's their advertising. Maybe their advertising is working. Everyone started drinking Bud Light because of all the commercials.
Fewer carbs, right?
Yeah, fewer carbs, fewer calories.
The other big players are the insurance companies.
Yeah, Progressive, State Farm.
Esurance has had a few.
Esurance.
It's a dry sense of humor, but I've always liked the farmers ones.
Yeah. Esurance, that's a company that I only see their commercials during the Super Bowl, so I think they save their advertising budget for the entire year and blow it in one night.
Well, yeah, maybe. Weren't they? They were bought out by like Allstate or one of the others.
That doesn't surprise me. I didn't know that, but I believe it.
Yeah, but they had such name recognition that they didn't want to give up the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got. I'm going to maintain it's a candy one, a candy commercial. You go beer.
Snickers always comes out with the good ones.
Snickers could be good.
The one that need a break or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was it during the Super Bowl when they did the whole "You're not yourself when you're hungry"? Is that when they debuted that campaign? It makes sense.
I don't know when it debuted, but that sounds right.
I think the Betty White one came out during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like you're not yourself when you're hungry, and then yeah, or being a diva was one of the other ones.
Yeah, there's quite a few, so I'm looking forward to that too.
So what are your Super Bowl plans?
I don't know. I'm probably just staying local with the baby.
Local as in at home?
Either at home or going to a bar down the street. There's a few friends that are having parties and whatnot, but it's tough just to get a babysitter on Super Bowl night.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl night. It's on a Sunday. It's there's a lot of people out drinking. We're undecided on what we're gonna do. Probably. I have a feeling go down the Ybor Strip just because it's close and easy, and that way we don't have to worry about driving.
Be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something going on.
Probably a few Eagles fans flipping stuff over.
Oh, hopefully not here. So that's the other thing we can take an over under on how many flipped cars after the Super Bowl. Cars on fire. We'll call it cars on fire. I say there's going to be a report of 5.
Yeah.
You're not taking that one?
No.
Not touching the over under on cars.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what's gonna happen. There's a lot of Eagles fans here, though. I have a friend that is having a party, and he's a huge Eagles fan. He's from there, so yeah. I hope nobody flips cars over, but you never know.
Well, I didn't mean here. I mean
here. There's a lot of Philly fans here too. Who knows? That's a funny thing. Like we said before, win or lose, you got to flip a car.
So the last thing I wanted to touch on here as well is I finally did it, broke down and had to get a new phone. I dropped the shit out of my other one 2 days ago and went with the Note 8. I'm getting paid by Samsung to advertise it on here. No, I'm just joking. I'm paying them way too much money for this thing, but hopefully it helps with our videos because this is for a lot of the stuff that we do. We just shoot it on a cell phone. It's easy and it works. So if I just got this thing, if anyone has tips and tricks for it, how to make it work better or how to
it's waterproof, right? So now you can take it out and ski. Don't worry about
that's what I heard. I don't know if it'll handle salt. I don't think it'll handle salt, but at least in freshwater riding, if it gets splashed, it should be fine. I've seen lots of videos online where somebody puts it under the faucet and continues to run and play music, and
Yeah.
it's a slippery design though, man. I got to get a case.
Yeah, it looks nice. It looks clean.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll give a report back on how this guy works out. And with that, rather than going over to Apple, just couldn't
Yeah.
pull the trigger going that way.
Yeah, no, I understand that. My wife's got a iPhone. We were at Apple last night with some issues, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have anything else for?
Yeah, just for anyone that didn't catch it at the beginning of this podcast, we're doing an exclusive discount on HydroTurf for anyone that is looking for HydroTurf. We're doing 20% off for the first time ever for our listeners. Use promo code PHT20 at checkout. Give you 20% off.
All right, excellent. Yeah, definitely use that code, guys, because it's a good way to save some money, and it's an awesome product. Like I said, we endorse it because we sell it quite a bit. But thank you very much for listening. For those that are having a Super Bowl party, have a great time. Hope it's a good game. For your personal watercraft needs, be sure that you visit our online store at pwcmuscle.com, and subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, join our forums at pwcextreme.com as well.
Yeah. Have fun, guys. Have a fun weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you next week.
All right, for Greg Hall, I'm Joe Zamataro, saying ride fast, and we'll see you on the water.
See you.